Okay, so the quite big question was Al Capone. How did they bring down Al Capone? If you don't know Al Capone, he was the mafia kingpin of Chicago in the 1920s in the time of Prohibition. That's when they said you couldn't buy booze. So Al Capone said, this is a huge business opportunity. He opened up private clubs called speakeasies where you could buy booze, even though it was illegal. And he had a huge criminal enterprise, and it was very difficult for the police to figure out how to break this mobster. And in the end, Al Capone was so greedy, he didn't pay income tax on all his illegally gained gains. You're going to say, well, why would he? He's a criminal. But that's just how they got him. Because the government looked at it, they got an accountant, they said, well, can you figure out how much money he's making his operation? Well, we'll put the numbers together, and they figured out they got enough facts and figures. And then they arrested Al Capone, and they brought him to trial on income tax evasion, because he didn't pay income tax. Now, if you look into the Income Tax Act, and I'm in Canada, and I am familiar, I looked into it a million years ago, but it says you owe the government of Canada the tax. If you made that you made that money in an illegal way, you still have got to pay income tax on your illegal gains. Because the government is the government. It's like, I want my pound of flesh, no matter how you got it. So that's how they brought down Al Capone. Now, the terrorists that do electronic torture of me, using very high-tech means, they created a character called King Clancy. King Clancy is based upon the Simpsons character Clancy Wiggum, the police chief. So, to me, when they blast it into my head, you can see them blasting my eyes shut. This particular thing that's beamed right directly into my mind, directly into my brain, just like that. It's called synthetic telepathy, also known as voice to skull. And it's real. It was even announced that the U.S. military used voice to skull against the Iraqi soldiers in one of the Gulf Wars. You can go look that up, voice to skull, Iraq War, and you'll see, oh my God, Bob's telling the truth. I am telling the truth. Of course I'm telling the truth. Anyways, this Clancy Wiggum thing, King Clancy, the evil thing, it besmirches Fox television, and it besmirches the Simpsons TV show. Because it forever links the Simpsons to terrorism directly. Because that's what I experienced, the Simpsons character as a devil. So I don't know. What happens. Well, in the days of Al Capone, they brought him down that way. I don't think it's going to be much use, to bring down these terrorists because I still don't know exactly who they are. Well, I don't. What do I know about them? I can't help you. I can't help you out because I'm being blocked from giving you information because this is the high-tech electronic torture machine where they can do just like in the TV show Men in Black, where they can do that. They flash you with a flasher and it mind wipes you. Well, they just do that all the time and they got mind blocks so that I can't get direct information. This hurts quite a bit. So when these terrorists are picked up, well, somebody says payback. That's my own payback. Because there's only so much I can do as a human, or, the state can do to terrorists. I mean, other than, kill them or waterboard them or whatever. It's just that, God has already told them a million times not to do this, and being very disobedient to God and doing evil terrorism, well, the penalty will be dished out by God. What kind of things are we looking at? Well, I don't know. What do you think? There are years and years of terrorism, and there's all kinds of stuff behind the scenes that people still don't understand. Because diseases that we think are just part of, you being human, and getting old and getting horrible diseases, those aren't. That's all a pack of lies. The big pharmaceutical companies and all the doctors, they're all fucking evil fucking shit people. Fucking doctors, pieces of fucking shit. Make all that money off of all those placebo pills on phony baloney diseases that they keep telling you. A new disease arises and they tell you on NBC News, and then when NBC News gives under a commercial break, the commercial is always for big pharma telling you about other diseases like shingles, and you got to take all this fucking shots and pills and whatever. Endless profits by convincing you and brainwashing you that these diseases are real, and they're not. And all the high-tech ways, just like they can go voice to skull and they can do all this stuff, synthetic telekinesis on my body, they do evil things to people. Every horrible disease, Parkinson's, dementia, it's all remote control. They target me, and there's nobody around me. I can't see them. It's all by remote control. Just like the drone strikes that they do, you know. Some army guy is in a trailer in Texas, and he's doing Raptor drone strikes against somebody half a world away in Yemen. Remote control warfare. And that's what this is. Are these people soldiers? No, they're too stupid. They're very stupid operators. I don't know. That's what they got. They pay. I don't know what they pay them. I don't know. I can't help you out. What did they get out of this? Well, if you get somebody who's Hannibal Lecter just wants to bedevil people. And that's why these people do what they do. There's no long-range goal. It's just they love to do torture on people. What happens to people that are terrorists and love to do torture? Well, we're going to tell you again. People who are all involved in all the evil on this planet are all being rounded up. And they're all going where? Well, they're going into God's hands, and God will punish them the way that God will punish them. But in one way or another, we're getting them off our planet. And we won't have them back again. They're going to deal with God, and given the fact how evil they are, then, the lake of fire, there's lots of other horrible things that evil people are going to. And, in the meantime, they continue to do this even though they know that they got a bad future for doing this. They know because they've been shown a number of times. Again, this morning, God showed one of these terrorists again that, God was in control. And the terrorists still won't stand down, as you can see. Unbelievable, prideful fucking things. Pride. That they're better than God. And they're certainly better than you. And what do they treat me? They treat me like a can of niblets that you might find faced, in a Safeways. They're just dime a dozen kind of thing. That's what he treats me like, as if I'm not human. So these things are not human. They might be in a physical human body, but inside their minds are not. Devils. Pure devils. So it's the same kind of talk I give all the time. What do you need to know as a takeaway? Are you being mean to me? Are you being mean to Bobby Burrows? There'll be people that are, off on internet land. You're going to wonder. But it's just people in my family and people that are my friends are exceptionally cruel to me these days. Because why would they get a mindset that I'm lying to them? Ego problem. Ego. Huge egos. Unbelievable. Horrible egos. And everybody's going to say, that's all you got to say, Bob. I say, well, Eckhart Tolle was on Oprah Winfrey, 25 years ago for a whole week. Nothing but Eckhart Tolle talking about your ego and ditching your ego. Oprah thought it was important 25 years ago. Why are people still so egoic? Laziness and stupidity and pride. Pride is like, I'm good enough the way I am. And everybody looks at them and says, you're a fucking asshole. Nothing is going to change people who are assholes, and you all know that. Lifelong assholes. And don't change. So, if they won't change and they won't be kind to other human beings, then God has told them many times. You learned in kindergarten how to treat other people with kindness. Everybody got kindergarten. Why are you so vicious and violent? Because they get off on it. The devils that bedevil me, it's the only thing they've done for years, 6 years. Same people, same terrorists. So, as you can see, the government does look the other way. Why? Because the government is the problem. The governments are all evil. Again and again and again, who has got the money to build the high-tech torture machines? American military and the Pentagon, with trillions of dollars of American taxpayer money to go and turn around and torture people by remote control, electronic harassment. So anybody that's working in the government, they're devils, aren't they? So all of those fucking people are just, what's happening? Well, they'll all be killed off. A massive cull of all the evil. George W. Bush said, we're going to go and smoke them out of their holes. Well, that's what's going on right now. All the evils are, that's what's going on. Everybody's been checked out on the planet to see if you're naughty or nice or you're sitting on the fence. And all the bad people are going to, well, be gone. And, the punishment is going to be things like, lake of fire. Why would people do this knowing that this is coming? After God even showed them multiple times that God is here and God is watching them. I don't know. I don't know. When you've been shown that God is real and God is real and God is real, and you continue to go and do evil right in the eyes of God, well, devils are going to devil, and that's what they are. Terrorists are going to terror. And lack of intelligence, lack of foresight. No, it's mostly just the need to hurt people is overwhelmingly dominant in their minds. Push everything else to the side if you can go and put another demonic attack on, Bob. That's where they are. So, don't feel sorry for these evil. Why would you? I don't know, because they like to play on your emotions. They're going to say, a good Christian is going to say, forgive them. Dylan Roof, who was a terrorist that shot the black people at the black church some years back, they all said, we forgive you, Dylan, or whatever. But, don't forgive these terrorists. Maybe it's your spiritual teaching. Don't. Because there's children that need to be protected from these evildoers. Don't forgive them. I know you always say forgive and forget. What does forgive mean? Forgive. How can you do this? How can you do a for and how can you do a give? Because that's the word. You break it in two pieces. Forgive, forgive. Forgive them a pass out of going to jail? A pass out of going to hell? For all the fucking horrible that they've done? No. You think of your children. You think about the world's children. And you think about the people like me who've been tortured for years and years and years. You think about the people who have been tortured by given these horrible diseases on purpose by devils who run this high-tech shit on everybody on the planet. I know, it gives your head a spin. You're going, oh, that's too much for me to handle. Cognitive dissonance. I know, because it just, Eyes Wide Shut was the movie, Stanley Kubrick. They're right there, right in front of your face. And you just got to look up Illuminati, Luciferians. There's so much information, you're going to say it's not real? Well, what the fuck? What the fuck is torturing me? What the fuck is going on with cleaning up of the swamp? What the fuck is QAnon? What the fuck is all the truckers that trucked their big rigs into Ottawa, Canada, and the big rigs going into Washington, D.C.? The people are speaking right now. And those of you still sitting in your hands going, la 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 la, nothing is going on. Well then what? You're a piece of shit, aren't you?